Hey everyone, my name is Phyllis Y. Whitley. Yes, welcome to Spiritology Live. Together we will break from religious shackles and elevate your journey toward a higher consciousness and a transformative self-discovery. We will breathe life into my Amazon best-selling book, Spiritology. Every episode will be a spiritual, metaphysical, and holistic well-being, offering you the tools to master and manifest your promised land today. Let's go. Hey everyone, I am so excited. It was a time in my life I was never excited. I don't know what year this is that you're listening to this, but we are just walking into a year that is going to be our revision of our life play. Yes. If you have not heard or you were not able to listen to episodes, the previous of I don't know what I'm going to name it, but I believe it's going to have something to do with revising my life play. Because sometimes I change things around when I finish listening to the edited part. With that being said, if you are new to my podcast, I teach you how to live in your promise. And at first I teach you that you have one, because a lot of people are coming from a religious background that have taught them that is no power. They have no power. Only power they have is coming into the church and then listening to what spiritual leader, prophet, preacher, evangelist, and that they have all the power. And this is why you see all over the world, people worship other gods. And one of the biggest other god is man. They worship mankind. They'll worship the pastor. They can't do anything. I hear people talk about, I'm not going on a trip until I talk to my pastor. Nowadays, in this day and age, most people are saying, I'm not going nowhere till I talk to my psychic. I would have loved for them to say, I'm going to check in on my prophet. But today's prophet and prophetess, as you look on online media, social media, it makes you wonder, is there anyone that I can really get some serious spiritual consultation or coaching from? Well, let's start off with my desserts. And this is where I am here for. This is why I'm here. I'm on this podcast by Spiritology Live. That book is deep. It is raw. Unveil and expose all the stuff that's going behind everything that is corrupt. And that is on the spiritual side, the side that nobody wants to see, the side that nobody wants to talk about. The only time they talk about it is when they talk about ghosts and warlocks and blah, 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 the exorcists. They can do that. People can go to the horror movie. I used to be one of them. They'll do all of that. But you know what? Somewhere those people know that it's a spiritual side. Even the people that go over and spend billions of dollars looking for a psychic or voodoo worker or whatever, they kind of know it got to be a spiritual side. They feel like they're not tapping into it because they give the money to the witch, to the warlock, to whatever. But they giving their money in and they telling them, I need you to do this, and this. Let me tell y'all, let me stop you right here. I know y'all gonna say, oh, she's talking about witches and warlocks. I want to hear this. Please, 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 please don't judge that part of me, because I come and tell you what's going on out there. Now, some people is in denial. They want to say, they go down to the backyard, especially in the South, backyard root worker, and they go there. They know they go there every month, and then they want to turn around, and because that root worker say, oh, praise the Lord, they say, I'm justified because you know what? This person is a man of God. This woman is a man of God. Let me tell you something right now. I wish we would have a world where everyone is examining themselves. Then we won't have to look at everybody else and point the finger. We won't have to say that we are a particular religion, but yet you're not living up to this religion and you're not living up to that religion. And because I am a Christian who believe in the full Bible, I'm shamed sometimes. I am very shamed. when people get up and say, hey, I'm a Christian, because they got it twisted. So I won't go there. You need to go and get my book. And then you need to learn why all of this stuff was going on in this world and why you are walking around with your head down, depressed all the time. I am not a medical doctor and I do not cure anyone, but I am a spiritual. I guess I don't want to say a spiritual doctor because then y'all going to say, oh my God, Madam Miss P. I am a mentor, counselor, coach, whatever you want to call me. I will be that for you. I am trained. Go look at my website. And I know that my job here is to make you a happy person. Wish that's by preaching the gospel. Good news. So you can live in the promised land. Oh, Miss P, I thought the promised land was the Old Testament. Well, God was in the Old Testament and you still believe in God, right? Hello. Let's talk about the life play. Because I can go several different directions, but why do you have to know all of this? Why did I rumble? Because you put in all your trust in everybody. And the power is within yourself. And I will do something later about how you can prophesy to yourself. That'll be a whole nother thing. But I'm going to tell you right now, this series that I'm doing on life play, revising it, first revision is you have to realize that your life is a play. You know, like in comparison to a play, some plays never make it on Broadway, but it doesn't mean that they no good. They are one woman shows, one man show that are excellent. And then you got the plays that don't even make it. Don't even, if it does, it flop. They don't have anybody. Nobody goes in. If they go in, they got a bad, the reviews are so terrible that people say, I'm not going up in here. And the actors and everybody else is running for their life. Why am I talking about your life play? It's because evidently at this time, a new year is coming in. And I want you to revise your play. If you are falling under some of these chapters that I have in this book, one of my chapters I discussed was broke. Is your play called broke? Another one is Gangsta Paradise. You got to ask yourself, is your life, I'm talking to the head of the household, even a couple. You need to get this out to couples. You need to get it out to that mother that feels that life is no good and that every kid she have is a part of a gangster. I mean, I chuckle. I'm not laughing at you, but some parents is like, I don't believe what I raised. Then you got, it can be a person. It can be one person. You can be a woman. Are you going through your whole neighborhood and they call you scandalous? Now, if you notice that my chapters are related to songs, I'm not going to tell you no more. It's in the book. So we're going to go straight to this. To recap, and I caution you, please go back, because what we are going to do today is we are going to go to the third one. That's the writer. Previously, we went to the producer. I will give you just a little bit information. The producer is the vision steward, the visionary. Normally the producer, the whole show is God. And you should be hooked up to the visionary, the one who wrote the whole book. And that's when you should be getting your ideas, your visions, your dreams. Do you understand? It should be a divine connection with God. If you don't have a spiritual part of yourself, or you don't know the spiritual part of yourself, you need to go back and listen to all of my past podcasts. Because here, you know that you not only have a Bible, today I am tongue-tied because I just went to the dentist, so y'all forgive this episode. And no, I'm not going to do it again. With that being said, you're a body and you have a spirit, and a lot of people are scared of the spiritual world. Should I say a lot of Christians are? That's what I'm here for. You are the producer of your house. When you walk into your house or your apartment, you produce. Is it like what you envision? Well, Miss P, I envision a big house and I'm living in a little studio apartment. Excellent. Clean it. Take care of that little studio as if, or even if you just in a room, as if you were in a big house. We talked about the director. The director is the soul guide. He guides you, directs you, connects with the audience. He know what the people want. So he know how to direct everything. He know, just like architecture, literally know what room's gonna be where. Is going to be a kitchen that has no walls? How far is that master bedroom from the bathroom? And you understand what I'm saying? When you go through your house, you should know where everything is placed. You should agree. You probably can't really agree with your kids because they might want to put their room a certain way. But I think you understand. The director is very important, and you need to go back and you need to listen to that life play. The producer, the director, but now we get ready to talk about the soul scribe. Yes. Should we call him the soul writer? It's about the writer. By now, I spoke about having your vision board as a producer, choosing what kind of vision board, what kind of images you're going to put in. And some of y'all just might want just words. Direction is, once you know all of that, go get go get old magazines, buy some new magazines. In this case, get old magazines. If you subscribe to Essence, if you subscribe to the model magazines, it might be the wedding books. Go get those. You go ahead and get country, and I think it's a lot of country books, country, town and country. And this is right now, you're setting up everything. Once you go ahead and get those, okay, it's not you. If you know anything about a vision board or treasure map, it's not you yet. That's the secret. You could just say these are the characters. I'm going to get to that. If you stay tuned and listen to this, go back and listen to the other two. When you come back and listen to this, you're going to be shocked when I tell you the next one we're going to do. And it's about the actors. First of all, we understand what a writer is. Let's go ahead and get into the writer. The writer is so important because the writer is the one who has the power of the word. Miss P, what do I have to do with me? Your word, everything that you thought about behind the scenes, your life play is the expression of what you've been thinking all day long. And if that doesn't cap it, you will literally, your words will express who you are. That's why you go to an interview. That's why even when you date him, you put on you put on your actor's hat, and that person don't see the real person. But eventually, those words will come out. Why am I talking about words and thoughts? Because thoughts become word and word become on the paper. You write it on the paper. I don't know if y'all want to, because some people say, that's not biblical. That's not biblical. Let me tell you something. A writer is so important to a play. And this is going to be your play. Guess who the writer's going to be? You. Guess who was the producer? You. Guess who was the director? You. You getting it now? Some of y'all is saying, I finally got it. Even though, I know you're saying to yourself, you talk so much, Miss P, you could have said this in the beginning. Yes, I could have. But what I am going to do today is let you realize, yes, you write your own play. I understand that your mother and your father, or even if you was in a single family home, they did not write that play good. I know your ancestors didn't. I know they tried to, but some of them wrote it and then they passed on, and it's up to you. If you want to leave a legacy, if you want to live in your promised land, because that's what it's about. Once you get in your promised land, you're going to find out that it's really to help others. Now, we're not going to go there. Maybe I need to do one of that. What you think? But look at the writer. It's power. Do you understand? It is power in that script. Words are powerful. Words is what creates everything. A blueprint. Words. That's why in the beginning was the word. When you understand why I keep going back to the Bible, because it's a connection. Although people try to disconnect and they say, I got my other gods, and they try to create their other Bibles. No, it's, if you look at it, it's a duplicate. It's an illusion. Copycat. I am so strongly persuaded because I lived that life. I know some of y'all been hurt. Most of y'all been hurt. But we're going to learn something. We're going to learn how to revise your life play. So when you get you have your treasure map and everything like that, you're going to go and get all the characters, and the word itself is really going to be in image form. Now, those of you who prefer just writing affirmations, excellent. You can do it on index cards. You can do it. Go get you a notebook and just write 10 on each page. Oh, you didn't. Come on, see. I know somebody say, you know what? I didn't think about that. Some people just into words. They just have to say it. They have to speak it because they know the power of it. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're going to realize something about the writer. You have that much control. In your household, when you set boundaries, those boundaries are words. And when anybody in that household go cross those boundaries, you better say, wait a minute, let me check you. I'm talking about those mothers out there. You think it's funny. You think now, I know society tell the kids to talk back to you, but you just change roles. Some of y'all desire to be married or married. Have your husband listen to this. I counsel men too, but majority of the people I counsel is probably 90% female. What do they got to do with writing? Know the power of the pen. Know this. Let's go to the Bible. Songs 45:1. This is the NIV version. It says, my heart is stirred by a noble theme as I recite my verse for the King. My tongue is the pen of a skillful writer. Let me tell you, Songs 45:1. That is powerful. You didn't think that was in there. That's why I go to the manufacturer, the highest producer book, because everything is sitting in that manuscript. If you don't believe me, go to the book of Proverbs and you're going to say, wow, they talking about everything. Oh my God. Because everything was created by one. The tongue is the pen. What you say, and actually, you know what? I wrote a book on wordology. The importance of the word, how the words was used to degrade us back in the slavery time. How the words can kill you or can give you life. That is so powerful. It's called wordology. It's available everywhere. And it is sticks and stones may break my bones, but words would definitely harm me. Don't quote me on that. I don't have the book in front of me. But you understand, people will tell you, words start war. I can't go back into that. I can't go to it. Words can start a love affair. But you know what? Today we're going to talk about the importance, because do you see how important your word is? What you have on your mouth? Let me be specific. You walk around your house, and I know people that curse all day, and especially on these commentary, I love sports. And they curse. I remember I was in school learning more about my spiritual side, and one person just curse. And I was like, and people don't like that because you feel like you are being judged, you're being the church police, popo. It's not that. It's literally, to me, you get what you say. And if you write on a piece of paper and just write down most of your conversation in that given hour, and if you look at that paper and it says FF, BB, you ain't this, you are MF, let me tell you something. Take that and give it to your boss and say, here go my part of my resume. Yeah, you look at it and see how much power your word has, and see where you spend most of your time talking. What are you saying? It should be sweet as honeycomb. That's in Proverbs. Your word should be beautiful. Do you understand? The writer. Now, it might be a writer that make a horror film or whatever. You have to be so careful how to write your play. When you get married, or when you just go out there and purchase your own apartment, your own home, you are the head of the household, and you must write your play. You must be the one to say, this is the way it's going to be and go. But allow yourself to be corrected by the limitless. God is limitless, unlimited. So some people say, well, for example, well, if I don't get into that school, I'm not going to college. Excuse me? Do you know it's a reason why our door closed? Because it is another door out there that you shouldn't even go through. That door of college or that school could be closing because it is another school that you're supposed to go through. And it might be the school that you're going to meet your future mate. And you don't even know it. It might be the school that you're going to meet a particular professor that is going to change the rest of your life. So sometimes doors close. God is going to say yes, no, or wait. Because a lot of y'all ask for stuff to be manifested and it's not manifested. One of the things, because just imagine if God gave you $100,000 at the age of 5. Were you ready? Age of 10. Were you ready? No. How about 20? Were you ready? I know I wasn't ready, Miss P, but I'll make myself ready. And you know what you're going to be doing in your teens and in your 20s and probably up to you're 35. You're going to be taking that money and pleasing everybody because you didn't know how to please yourself. You don't know the value of self. That's why my business is called Self Whisper. You have no idea, and you have to get to this level. Now, there are some 19-year-olds, 20-something-year-olds who went to college in 4 years, and it matured them enough that they can walk up into a company and take over their job. It depends on what life have given you or what you have thrown back to it, because life will give you a bag of popcorn and sometimes none. But you have to turn around and control the pen. Your words is the pen. Let your words be positive. Do you understand? Powerful. And sometimes it comes out raw because some people just don't get it. That's why you have the messengers. So, this is how important the write is. I need you to start writing. I want you to start writing affirmations. Write it down. If you have a journal, that's good. That will go good with your vision board, treasure map. It's different names that you can call for it. Because here, what we're trying to do, we're trying to get you your manifestation. We literally this year, you want to manifest. No, we don't want to go to the gym for 2 weeks and say, I worked up hard. I did this and I did it. Third week, you say, work what? I ain't working a goddamn thing. Of New Year's resolutions. No, we're not going to do that. You're going to change your life play. First thing you're going to do is you're going to go and you're going to listen to producer, director, and now we're doing a writer. And you're going to get all your stuff together for what? The next one is going to be actor. I'm going to teach you how to prophesy to yourself. You're going to be the actor. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying you don't need a spiritual coach. I'm not saying that those of you who are thinking you need a spiritual leader. That's why people pay so much money to go to a motivational leader. But the motivational leader, it may last 3 hours. You may get a TED talk. That's going to be what? 20 minutes, I believe, or less. But then when you walk away, you're still setting up there. You know what I'm saying? You're like, wait a minute. Let me just go over this. Let me go to YouTube University and just go over the tape. Now you can. That's why you should be into books, Audible. Audio books are excellent. You know why? Because you're listening to that person, what road they went down. And a lot of people who say, I don't want to read and whatever, you don't know anything. I'm going to leave that right there sitting on the table. Because when you read somebody else's life, they might have went down Avenue A and B, and they save you from going down that cricket road of A and B. Well, Miss P, do we learn by experience? Yes, but sometimes you prefer somebody to tell you, I know the train go there, but I want to express. I don't need to stop at every single stop. You'll get that later. Let's look at another scripture, because you still don't believe me. 2 Timothy, all scriptures is God breath. Let's say that again. All scriptures is God breathed and is used for teaching, rebuking, correcting, and training in righteousness, so that servant of God may be duly equipped for every good work. I butchered that, didn't I? That's 2 Timothy 3:16 and 17. 2 Timothy 3:16 and 17. That's deep. God's word is rebuking. A lot of people get very upset at me because I'm so raw. and correct it. He didn't say, when you listen to the word, it's all about me. He's trying to tell you the words that come out of your mouth because you was made in his image should be, it's the time to teach, the time to rebuke, and the time to correct. You understand what I'm trying to say? Because you're training them in the righteousness. What is the righteousness? It's your conscious. That's one of the hacks, secret hack. Conscious. Your conscious. We want you to not only put on the hat as the producer, the director, and now the writer. Your vision, your revision is you're going to go and you're going to have a plan. Rewrite the plan. You know the plan. Have a plan. Have a 10-year plan for your house. Have a 1-year plan for your house. Start off with each month. It's 12 months in a year. And say, for this month, this is what I desire. This is what I want to manifest. And it's all right if you go and that goes into 3 months because you might have been some hiccups in school. And we talking about adult training. We talking about your PhD. We're not talking about just going around the corner and learning from the person down the street. You understand what I'm saying? What we are here for is we want you to revise your life play. Now, with that being said, you should have got a lot from that. And I want you to digest everything I said because you are going to be the one who change your narrative for your life revision. I know I joke around. I love laughter. It's good. It's good for the soul. But this is no joke. You are now your own producer, director, and writer. It is nothing wrong with getting coaches. I always say and I say his name so much, the late, I'll just say Kobe Bryant, God rest him in peace, had a lot of coaches, and that just turned my whole life around. But make sure they all are one accord. So I'm going to go ahead and read something. We got to read something from, because this is coming from Spiritology. At least a part of it is. And this is a quote by James Allen. Again, a man is literally what he thinks, his character being the complete sum of all his thoughts. I should have read that in the beginning. So do you understand what I'm trying to say? They was talking about your thoughts, but your thoughts will turn into words, and those words, it should go on paper. But if it don't go on paper, just think about it. Your words, remember the cartoon characters, the words travel. Your words is going to travel, and guess what? It comes back. It returns into you. It won't return into you void. It will return into you. So you have to be careful. Just like a writer, you have to make it skillful. Let your words be skillful. Let your words. And what I'm saying is in the sense of some of y'all say, well, Miss P, I don't see how my words got to do with anything that I'm living in. Yeah, but if you had listened to the previous episodes, you would understand that everything is going on behind the scenes. Somebody walk into your house, even you ever went past a street, because I love anything that's with HGTV. Have you ever went through a street and you see the homes and you say, wow, that's so beautiful, that's so beautiful, that's so. Then you get to a house that nothing is taken care of. That's why it's good. HOA is good for in some cases, not most. But that tells you what's going on in that person's mind. When somebody walks in your door and it is filthy from the floor up, that tells you what's going on in that person's mind. Well, Miss P, are you trying to tell me just because my yarn is not mowed, I'm doing so-and-so? Yes. Well, my yard is not mowed because I really don't have the time. Yeah, but guess what? Mentally, spiritually, you probably not making time for yourself. You're not doing any self-care. You're not making time to go and get filled up at the station called God. Things are going crazy. Listen, if everything is going crazy around you, you on the set. It's your set. Yeah, I know, Miss P, but what happens if everybody else is doing this? You know what? That's because you gave somebody the role of the producer, somebody the role of the director, somebody the role of the writer. And you know what? You need to take all those roles back. You can. And I'll teach you how you can go ahead and hire your own supporting actors. I'm not going to tell you no more. Who are they? All the people in your life. You control that. You attract that. You know the laws of attraction. You put down on your vision board, y'all forgot, I want to meet this one and that one, and I want to, I want to go on this vacation. You want to attract it. You telling the universe, hey, come on. Just like God did. God said, God spoke the word. You want to know about laws of attraction? Go read the first part, Genesis. God did all of it. And if you was made in his image, you can do it too. So put on your writer's hat. Put on your director's hat and your producer hat. And I tell you right now, you're going to find that it's all about the word. The word of God is where you get that higher source. And then that'll teach you how to speak the word in your family. Speak the word to yourself. Because if you're walking around and you're saying all kind of curse words, don't have to be F you and whatever. Also curse words, you can be degrading your own self. It's the whispers or words that somebody said to you that stayed with you till you was adult. That's why the psychiatrists make good money. We're going to get you off that chair. And no offense, we're going to get you to self-care, self-love. Self-whisper is here when you need it. But best of all, we're going to get you to working on your writing skills so you can rewrite your story, your narrative. And I thank you so much because, of course, I went over. Of course, I was the chatterbox today. But I hope you got something out of it. I know you did. Because, see, I don't know who you know. But it's time that you manifest your dreams. When we meet again, we are going to be discussing the actors. And you should have your vision board. You should have all the characters and that includes the places that you want. And I'm going to teach you how to put it all together. And you are going to be walking in your promised land. Because first of all, by now, if you have followed me, you already know there's a promised land. But you also know that it's time to order my book. Give it away as a gift. The holiday season is every year. Birthdays are every year. You have no excuse. We need you to keep on manifesting, achieving your goals. What is new? By now, my book should be out. I'm not even going to tell you the title, but I am going to tell you this. Remember, if loving yourself is right, you don't want to be wrong.